hello everyone, how are you? Hope you people are doing very well. So today I heartily welcome you all to my YouTube channel, that is the DU Chemistry, and today we have our topic, that is the partition function in statistical thermodynamics. Alright, so let's start. So first we need to understand what is the role of the partition function in our statistical thermodynamics. What the role? First we have to identify the role. So it has the same role as the wave function in quantum mechanics. In quantum mechanics, you know that whatever the information you need of any of the quantum particle, the wave functions give you all of the information. Either it can be velocity, either it can be energy, either it can be momentum and all. Alright, so in statistical thermodynamics, the partition function behaves the same role. It plays the same role. Any of the information you need, you can call the partition function and it gives you all of the information regarding your concern. Alright, so I hope that you will be very clear about the partition function. Now what we are going to do? We are going to find out the partition function. For what? For a system. For a system having the two energy states. And the first condition might be you will be able to see with 0 point energy. 0 point energy means the ground state must possess some of the energy. Alright, this is the meaning of the 0 point energy. Alright, so energy is given and particles is N0 and N1 and the degeneracy is 1. Keep in your mind that the degeneracy of these energy state is 1. Alright, okay, now finding the partition function, we know the formula. The formula of the partition function is the Q equals to summation of Gi into e ki power minus beta ei. Alright, where beta is equals to 1 upon kt, where k is equals to the Boltzmann constant and T is the temperature. So putting all the values for the two energy states, I mean for the energy states E0 and for the energy states E1. So Gi will become G0 and E0 and here G1 and E1. Alright, okay. So G0 and G1, degeneracy I had already told you that the degeneracy is 1 for both of the energy states. For ground energy state, degeneracy is 1. For the excited state, the degeneracy is 1. Means G0 and G1 have values 1 and 1. Alright, so putting these values, we reached to the formula or to the result that Q equals to e ki power minus beta E0 plus e ki power minus beta E1. Put this as equation number 1. Alright, okay. So we had done with 0 point energy of the two state system. We are now moving to the without 0 point energy of the two state system. Without 0 point energy. Alright, so here it is. So are you able to see? Okay. So without 0 point energy means that the energy of the ground state is 0. Here I had written 0. The energy is 0. Alright, so particles are the N0 and N1 and the degeneracy is 1 and 1. Alright, so we have to find out the partition function of this for this system. So putting the values G0 e power minus beta E0 in the formula summation of Gi e ki power minus beta ei. So here we had put the values G0 e ki power minus beta E0 plus G1 into e to the power minus beta E1. G1 has values 1 and E0 equals to 0 and E1 equals to E. So we have now reached to the expression. I recommend you, I suggest you to do solve this in your rough or copy, so that you will have a very good idea about it. Alright, so q equals to 1 plus e की power minus beta e. This is the final expression. This is the expression for the system having without 0 point energy. Without 0 point energy. Keep this in your mind, without 0 point energy. Now we are going to solve one question. Now we are going to solve one of the question. We have to find out the P0 and P1. P0 and P1, I had already told you in the previous video, Pi equals to Ni upon N, and it has also it is the formula I had already told you. So by putting the values in this formula, we have to just find out the answer. Alright, so in the P0, what we are going to do, one more thing, that this question we are discussing and talking without 0 point energy. Without 0 point energy, it means we have to put the value of the q, this one. We have to put the value of q, this one. And alright, so first okay, so first try to find out the value of P0. Let's I am here solving the value of P0. P0 equals to P0 equals to Ni upon N, sorry, equals to Gi e की power minus beta ei upon summation of Gi e की power minus beta ei. I had already told you this formula in the last video lecture. Okay, so for the P0 we have to put I equals to 0, I equals to not, 0. So Z0 e की power minus, sorry, one more thing I forgot to tell you. This value is q, this value is q in the denominator, this value is q, and now I equals to 0. So we have already found out the value of the q, that is the 1 plus e की power minus beta e, and numerator value will become G0 e की power minus beta E0. Alright, so now please write it down. I have to write. Okay, I am writing in below. Okay, so now what we have Z0 equals to 1 and E0 की power minus beta E0 equals to 0. So 0 upon 1 plus e की power minus beta e. Alright, E0, sorry, E0 not E1. E0 is 0, here E1 is there, as I had already told you. Okay, so where we now reached? We now reached to the formula that 1 upon 1 plus e की power minus beta E1. Alright, so this is the value of the P0. We have to find out the value of the P0, and we had finded it out. Alright, so what was our question? Our question was to find out the value of P0. This value we have to find out, P0, and we had now we had now find it out. P0 value we had already find it out. So I'm now moving to the value of to find out the value of the P1. What P1 equals to N1 upon N0, and that is the G1 into e की power minus beta E1. We had put I equals to 1, and in the denominator it is q, and q is the 1 plus e to the power minus beta e without 0 point energy q. All right, so putting the values, we reach to there, we reach to here, and by sending it into the denominator, we ultimately reach at here. P1 equals to 1 upon 1 plus e to the power beta e. So that is the P1 and P0. So I had already also written in this way that P0 is equals to 1 upon 1 plus e to the power minus beta e, and P1 equals to 1 upon 1 plus e to the power beta e. So these two values we had to find it out, and we have this solution. All right, now we are going to discuss the effect of the temperature, very important thing, and a lot of results which when you see, you will get shocked. You people all get shocked. So now moving to the next thing, that is the effect of temperature. So first condition is that if the temperature tends to 0, if temperature approaches 0, then we know the value of the beta equals to 1 upon kBt, and t when approaches 0, beta approaches infinity. When t approaches 0, then 1 upon 0 equals to infinity, so beta tends to infinity. And when we put all these value, in these expression P0 and P1, which we recently find it out, and it can be, let me show you, these are the expressions for the P0 and P1, and by putting the values of the beta, we get what we get e to power in P0 we get 1 plus e to power minus infinity, and in P1 1 plus e to power infinity. So P0 equals to, ultimately we get 1, and P1 we get 0. P1 ultimately we get 0. What it means, what actually it is directing us, it is telling us that when t approaches 0, then the P1 equals to 0. P1 means excited state. In excited state, probability of the particles is 0. Means no particle will be found in the higher energy states, or say in the excited states. And P0 equals to 1, it means all the particles at 0 degree centigrade, or when the temperature approaches 0, all the particles are in the ground state. All the particles are present in the ground state. That's all what it is saying. Alright, so hope you might be clear with this one. Now moving to the other topic, another point, when the temperature approaches infinity. When the temperature approaches infinity, then what would be the beta value? Beta value will equals to 0, because when you put the value of the t equals to infinity, it becomes 1 upon infinity, and 1 upon infinity equals to 0. Alright, 1 upon infinity equals to 0. So on putting the value of the beta as 0, we get P0 equals to 1 upon 1 plus e to the power minus beta e. So putting the value of the beta as 0, we get 1 upon 1 plus 1, and that is the 1 upon 2. P0 equals to 1 upon 2, and the same expression we get for the P1, 1 upon 2. So what it all directing us? What it all saying to us? It is saying to us like when temperature approaches infinity, the probability of the ground state as well as excited state is equal, and it is 50-50%. That the probability of the particles in the ground state is 50%, and the probability of the particle in the excited state is 50%. Alright, are you getting it? Probability of both the states, ground and excited states, will become now same. Alright. Okay. And one more thing, try to understand that the temperature at t equals to infinity, means infinite temperature, is practically impossible. So the probability of the excited state is always less than or equal to the ground state, is always less than or equal to the ground state. What I had written here, that the n naught, the probability of the ground states, must always be greater than the excited states. For example, if there are total 50 particles, then the probability of the excited state would be, or say number of particles in the excited state would be 24, and the number of particles in the ground state would be 26. Are you getting? Total 50 particles are there, then 24 particles are in the excited states and 26 particles are in the ground state. That's all what it is suggesting us, what it is telling to us. Alright, and what actually it means that both the n0 equals to n1, what we had found it out with the probability half and half, it is saying that both the states are equally accessible. And one more thing, that these whatever we had discussed at t equals to 0 and when t tends to infinite, both the cases are valid for the system having the degeneracy equals to 1, and we also call it non-degenerate states. For having degeneracy equals to 1. So these are valid only for non-degenerate states, and whatever I had already told you. So that's what be the main points. Now moving to the next thing, what I am going to do, whatever I had described to you, I am taking all those in a graph. And might be you would be able to see the graph. So what is shown in the graph? As you know that the probability got decreases. The probability of the ground state got decreases as the temperature increases, because as you increase the temperature, the molecules or the particles excited to the higher energy states, or say the excited state, and the probability of the excited state increases and the ground state decreases. And what all we have done so far, in the first case we have discussed when the temperature is low, when temperature tends to 0, the probability is maximum at the ground state. But when temperature got increased at higher temperature, temperature tends to infinity, the probability of the ground state and the excited states, both states have the equal probability, and we had seen that the 50% of the occupancy of the particles have been found. So what we can conclude that on increasing the temperature, the graph for the excited state increases, because what we had shown in the y-axis we had shown probability, and in x-axis we had shown temperature. So on increasing temperature, the probability of the excited states increases, and for the ground state the probability decreases. Because the temperature increases, the particles gets excited to the higher state, and excited states probability increases. Alright, so this is the graph, and might be you would be very clear with this one. Alright, now try to do one thing, write this table in your notebook or in the notes, so that when you will be going to give any of the examination, you have not to go through all the notes. You just have to look up just of these important points. I had just summarized it in this table, that when temperature equals to 0, then probability at ground state is 1 and excited state is 0. But when temperature approaches infinite, the probability of the ground state becomes 50%, as well as the probability of the excited states become 50%. So 50% probability would be there when temperature approaches to the infinite. Alright, when temperature approaches to the infinite. So this is the basic table that I had made for you, and also appeal to you to make in your notes. Now one more thing, I suggest you to do this thing, that two state system. with 0 point energy and without 0 point energy. These are the two states, and the probability I had given here, the formulas and the partition functions value or the expressions here given. So these are also important when you are going to give any of the examination. You must prepared for it, because direct question would be asked from these expressions. So okay, all right, so hope all the things will be very clear for you, and so we'll meet in the next video. And if you had not subscribed my YouTube channel, then please subscribe right now and like the video. And if you found helpful this video, then please share it with your friends and relatives. So we'll meet in the next video. So see you, have a good day, bye bye.